Justin. Morning.
It's morning.
I travel a lot. Last year I did 14 countries and spoke 300 times. And when you go from everybody say attitude is altitude.
Attitude is altitude.
My name is Nick Vujicic and I'm 26 years old. I'm a president of 2 organizations. I'm a graduate of a double degree in accounting and financial planning. Of where I graduated from was Australia. I now live in Southern California, where my headquarters is, in Westlake Village. Any Californians here? Yes, yes. I stand before you, maybe short in stature, but many people, after I speak, do not walk away coming up to me and saying, Nick, I'll never ever complain again in my life. That is not the message. The message is that you would be so inspired to dream big, to never give up. And it is amazing to see how 600 million people, no exaggeration, I don't exaggerate in my talks, but so far 600 million people know who I am without arms and legs. And it's ironic that the world is jealous of a man without arms and legs. It doesn't make sense, and I want to share with you why. We have a company called Attitude is Altitude, and simply that is the message. What your attitude is will determine your altitude. That's the website we've got. And my passion is to reach out to many youth to know about identity, destiny, and legacy. I'm going to say that again. Identity, destiny, and legacy. You know, when people see me for the first time, they don't know exactly, how to handle me and like what happened. And I love it when kids ask me a lot of questions. I have to tell you a couple funny stories before we get into this. But there was this one little boy who saw me one day, and he goes, "What happened?" And I went up to him and I go, "Cigarettes."
Good for you.
We have a lot of fun. I was on a plane last year. I did it again, but the first time I did this was about 3-4 years ago. I was in Indonesia and I spoke 20. I have more accomplished than the average 26-year-old. Identity, my destiny, and my legacy, and all that I can be, there is always a counterfeit. Lies, saying, Nick, you're not good enough. At age 8, I was the biggest discourager I've ever seen in my life, in my own head. It was so hard to love myself because I was rejected and I was the only one without arms and legs. I didn't want to be a burden to my parents. My brother and sister were born after me with arms and legs, no disabilities in the entire family tree. Nick, you're alone. Nick, you'll never get a job. You never get married. And even if you got married, you can't even hold your wife's hand. Even if you guys had children, how are you going to have the ability to even hold your kids when they're crying? You'll never ever be anybody. There is no hope. Just give up. Have you ever come to a position where you feel if only one more bad thing happens today, that's it, I'm done, I'm through? I have. At 10 years old, I tried to drown myself in a bathtub. Now, why do I share this with you? Not to make you feel sorry for me. This is the depth of my pit. But I held on. What stopped me? Love. The love for my parents stopped me from going through with them. Meaning, I knew that I didn't want to leave them with a lifetime of guilt on their shoulders. Of them wishing that they could have done something more for their son. And as I grew up, they taught me these principles and values and attitudes towards life. Nick, you don't know what you can achieve until you try. You don't know how far you can fly until you start flying. Nick, we didn't know if you could write, we didn't know if you could type, we didn't know, we had no idea that you'd be able to be a speaker. We had no idea you'd be able to start 2 organizations. We had no idea that you'd be able to go to the governments around the world and try to convince them to change the laws in their constitution that it's okay to kill a disabled child. legal. I've met presidents, I've met kings, I've met queens. I've done this so far, and I'm only 26. It's just the beginning. Now when you see the little success that we have in the bigger picture, don't you have more strength to go on? Those are the little steps to success. Okay, I'm just going to try this today. I'm just going to... Not now. What if I fall? What if you see me fail? What if others see me fail? Failure hurts. But you don't know what you can achieve until you try. If I try 100 times to get up and I fail 100 times, if I give up, do you think I'll ever get up? No. Edison tried 9,999 times to invent the light bulb. He said, I didn't fail 9,999 times. He said, now I know 9,999 times in how not to make a light bulb. In that context, every failure is a step closer to success. You become more wiser, you connect with people, you dust yourself off, and try again. Why? Why? 14-year-old girl dying of anorexia, her stomach shut down. UCLA hospital. Her friends called her fat. She said, why should I go on? Why? 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 I said, do you feel like giving up? She said, I've already tried. I said, what if you're on your way back to a road of recovery and you get back up off your feet and you go back to school and you're doing what you're doing and you come back to the hospital and you save one 14-year-old girl's life from giving up, that you found hope and you give someone hope. I said, is that a good enough why? She said, yes. I said, why? She said, because the value of one soul is infinitely valuable. Hold on. Never give up. Some people are encouraged by the Dalai Lama. My personal encouragement is Jesus Christ. And don't applaud because I don't want to feel... No, don't applaud. You don't have to applaud. I want you to know that for me, that book, you know what that book is for me? I know that I'm never a mistake. I'm never alone. Money, drugs, sex, alcohol. All the money you want, all the drugs, all the sex, all the alcohol. Billionaire on his deathbed. Sir, what do you want? Anything you want. You get anything you want. 3 Ferraris, 3 jets, and 3 mansions already in his name. What does he want? He wants peace. Peace. Peace with family. Is not when they say sorry. Peace with family is when you forgive. Talk about attitude. Hold on. You can't afford to give up. I may not have hands to hold my future wife's hand, but I don't need hands to hold her heart. And 2 years ago, I met a little boy with no arms and no legs in Orange County.